So presumably, THC could stay in the system for multiple days, even weeks, even after you're not intoxicated anymore. I would imagine that may or may not be true for psilocybin. A study would actually help us figure that out. So it's possible if we had a zero tolerance policy for marijuana and or psilocybin, somebody weeks after they've used the drug who are operating an automobile could be subject to some sort of test and they would fail that zero tolerance measure. Am I understanding that correct through you, Mr. Speaker?
Representative Fishbein.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think that's exactly the reason why you would want the test, because you want to be able to understand when the individual was under the influence of the product, and having a blood test, you know, shortly after the car is pulled over is certainly more relevant than, you know, a week after, where the person could have ingested in the meantime. So
I guess my question is there even a test? I know I understand that there's certain drug tests that you could even buy in a CVS or something to test for. I don't even know if psilocybin shows up on those tests. Is there even a blood test for psilocybin through you, Mr. Speaker?
Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No, to my knowledge, there isn't. And
I understand that you know, where the local authorities are trying to get drug recognition experts. I know they have to be trained. We are severely understaffed. We have a massive problem with people operating their automobiles under the influence of either alcohol, drugs, or marijuana. Do we know, even through you, Mr. Speaker, is there an actual training program for the effects of psilocybin on somebody that might be operating an automobile on our highways? I mean, the same highway that my mother and my sons use, through you, Mr. Speaker?
Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my understanding is that DRE experts are trained with regard to psilocybin. Unfortunately, in our state, there was a representation made to us that we were going to have, I think it was 200 DREs to deal with the marijuana issue. In fact, Chief Rosado from Meriden came and testified before our committee, and he said that he had no DRE individuals that were available to the Meriden Department. My understanding is that we presently have 66 DREs in Connecticut and 169 municipalities, so that ratio is not the best. Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Tragically short on drug recognitions expert, and at a time when wrong way incidents on our highways are up hundreds of % over the years, accidents and fatal accidents on our highways are up year over year. And really the only thing you could point to is the commercialization of marijuana. And now we want to decriminalize yet another drug that we actually don't know how it affects somebody when they decide to get behind the wheel of a car and drive on our highways. So it's bad enough if you take a drink and drive. It's tragic if you use cannabis and drive. Could you imagine if you're psilocybin and cannabis, or psilocybin and alcohol, and then you get in your car and you get up on a highway? We just heard this week of about a car on 95 where somebody impaired didn't just swerve and crash into something. They stopped their car in the middle of the road on a highway, and somebody we know who serves with us in this chamber's family smashed into the back of that car. The fact that we would add another drug to the list of things that people could take and operate machinery without knowing the consequences of those actions is beyond me, Mr. Speaker. With that, I thank you for your time.